And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to... We're going to actually press the rewind button here. We're actually going to replay Game 2 between Lionheart Esports and SPK Reapers. I am once again joined in here by Giga Ninja. My friend, we have to once again redo Game 2 of this matchup between Lionheart Esports and SPK Reapers. Would you mind telling us why we have to replay that match?
There was a rules violation in the last game. I think it's let me pull it up. It's 5.21. The exact wording is I can't find it. So it breaks down to the rosters have to be set. If you're going to be playing in the playoffs, you have to be either on the team since week 1 or have played sometime in the playoffs. And the SPK ADC Malev, I don't remember, starts with an MAL, had not played on the team at all before playoffs, so he was unable to participate post playoffs. And because of that, since it was caught after the game, they're just going to be replaying game 2. New pick bands, blah blah blah. Phantasma, I don't know why I struggle to say his name so much, is going to be filling in for the ADC role, so they're not going back to their game 1 ADC, instead switching down Phantasma to the role. And yeah, that's why we're replaying game 2.
Good catch out
Still,
by CWE staff right there. Actually making sure, I believe it was actually the community of teams here in CW that actually caught that ruling. So good on the community for staying on top of the staff's job here for CWE, but good job catching out that ruling. And all in all, it's fair. SPK, really good sports about it, understanding the ruling and be willing to actually replay this game too and give us a very even series in the most fairest way for both teams here in this situation. And hopefully they can once again dominate like they did in the previous game 2 for SPK and then bring us to possibly an even game 3 scenario. But once again, this is actually different compositions coming in from both sides now, from both SPK and Lionheart Esports. Why not fill us in on a little bit of info for your good old color casting, Giga Ninja?
smile. So Flying Squirtle back onto the Galio. Different player, but same champion. Zaya in the ADC slot, so I think they liked the amount of damage and survivability she could put out. And taking the Leona away from American Liquor, and on the opposite side, American Liquor taking Rakan away from Lord Draken, kind of a one-for-one swap, not letting them have the Zaya Rakan combo and not letting them have the Leona Twitch combo that worked out so well for them in game 1. Foxy switching over towards the Morgana. Orianna was not banned, but just choosing to play Morgana into this matchup. Maybe favoring it a little bit more, maybe liking the Black Shields kind of. This team comp looks to be a protect the Twitch. A lot of the damage that they're going to be dealing, more AP Morgana full AP is not something to scoff at, but their sustained damage, especially dealing with the tankier members on the side of SPK Reapers, is going to be coming out of the Red is Pleased on his favorite champion, Twitch. In the jungle, Magnus went for the Hecarimagam, so I think he liked his performance in the last game. And New Meta EDU is not playing Rek'Sai for a third time, instead switching to a more dedicated tank in Nunu and Willem. For top lane, 2 entirely new champions. Alawi banned against Spike Genie, they don't like to see it, and Nico banned against Kaiju Panda, so they went for an Urgot versus Aatrox lane. I think Urgot is favored just because of all the nerfs against Aatrox, like pre-nerfed Aatrox. Am I wrong? Okay, you're the top lane expert. Please fill me in.
Wrong. So Aatrox does have the poke advantage over Urgot. The only thing that Aatrox really got hit with is just his damage or not his damage, his wave clear towards minions and monsters. His damage is still there. He is still, if you're able to play Aatrox to his fullest potential, his healing is ridiculous, his sustain is ridiculous, and his damage towards enemy champions is ridiculous still. The only thing that Kaiju Panda is going to be tested here is to test to see if his sustainability against an Urgot is going to be up to par. If not, if Spike Genie is able to play the Urgot well enough, which I've seen him in the past play extremely well on, because if his Alawi is usually banned, it's usually going to be that Urgot that he actually falls onto, and since it got through this pick and ban phase, now I'm actually excited to see him on this pick. But if Kaiju Panda is able to out-sustain the Urgot, he's going to, of course, he's not a mana-hungry champion. He has all the sustain in the world, and he's actually have quite a bit of survivability. But if he's able to get enough ganks off on the top line from new meta EDU, then I can actually see this being in favor of Spike Genie. As the game goes on, however, though, it then falls into pick potential, and if Spike Genie is missing his ultimates left and right, then I actually see this being an actual hindrance for Lionheart Esports.
I predict at least one of these fights, Aatrox is going to get ignored, and he's just going to go sicko mode on the back line of Lionheart Esports.
You have way too much PTSD in your own ranked games to actually see. You got to remember, my friend.
I've seen it here.
This is high gold. This is high gold, low platinum that we're dealing with. You know for a fact it's going to happen. So why say it's probably going to happen?
I'm just putting my prediction in there. I think I'm going to see it.
Hey, you're the colorcaster, so.
Yeah. So pick potential for both of these teams is very high. Leona, Galio have a lot of crowd, like an insane amount of crowd control. If they find somebody, they're taking them with them. So that's just going to be something that they can look for to open objectives towards the later part of the game. And on the opposite side, Morgana is obviously almost 100% pick ban for the season. Last week, I think it made it through 2 games without being picked or banned for the first time ever. But here we see it again, and that's going to be a champion that is going to facilitate a lot of kills in the any part of the game, really. If she hits a binding, the champion will probably die if the team is there to respond. So we'll see how that plays a factor in the later portions of the game. In terms of team fight potential, I think the dive is a little bit similar to game 1 on the side of SPK Reapers. You know, Magnus on the Hecarim facilitating a similar role to a Warwick, just ult in and get Galio ulted on top. Then Leona's there for a good follow-up engage, so if they catch a lot of members with that, it'll be very potent. If the Radis Please gets a Morgana shield and escapes any part of the first amount of CC and doesn't get hit by chain CC, he could just go crazy in the team fight and win it single-handedly. So we'll see how the teams be able to function.
So my question is to you then, why do you think Morgana has been such a contested pick here in CWE Season 2? Why do you think it's a champion that is always going to be pick ban potential for like a league such as this season?
Semi-coordinated pick potential. Both teams are like in communications. They're working towards a similar goal. Everybody's got like the same, you know, obviously in solo queue everybody's trying to win, but they're working towards a more similar goal together. So if a Morgana binding lands, it'll be more likely to be followed up by your team, and it's not coordinated enough where it's impossible to find picks. Like in pro play, it's very difficult to find picks. Fight going on.
Gorkin's actually fight right here. Here Kaiju Panda is actually, as I was saying, Kaiju Panda needs to play around his Qs and obviously missing his first Q right now and actually getting pushed out of lane relatively fast. And if he's actually going to be recalling at this point, he's actually going to be missing quite a bit of experience, but already taken down below 50% HP. So really good trade there from Spike Genie.
Interrupted. So small, just kind of finish the point really quickly. Semi-coordinated play leads to some pick potential still happening, and the black binding is never anything to ignore, especially when a lot of these teams puts a lot of pressure on these ADCs when they're going super late to 35, 40 minutes. The ADCs is really where it shows up. So keeping your ADC alive for one team fight might be what sways the game.
I'm sorry, I had a little bit of the case of the giggles there for some reason while you were explaining that. I entirely apologize, my friend.
The rude post-mortems.
No, it was something else I was actually chuckling about. Don't even worry about it. But As we actually get into the laning phase right now, Nunu actually still being able to clear his bot side jungle right now, is actually able to clear his Krugs and on his way up to the Raptors right now. Hecarim obviously finishing his blue buff up to his Wolves and actually his Raptors, and now he's on the red buff, but very good stun there from Phantasma from Xayah. Actually seeing what exactly he's going to be able to do now that he's going to be at the ADC position, just rotating over from the mid lane as from the previous game.
Hecarim might be looking for some topside gank. Urgot is very pushed up past the trade bush. Yeah, we look at it right now. See him coming in.
Yeah, and actually,
spotted out on the
he's
ward.
He's going to be caught out right here.
Anyway.
Panda actually going to be going. Actually, it's going to be a flip from the Urgot right here, and it's not going to be enough. And next actually going to be first blood going over to Spike Genie, as that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Magnus actually getting a kill onto the Hecarim. Currently unkillable right now so far, as Foxy is going to be able to use Black Shield and actually get a really good stun onto Flying Squirtle right there. As once again, he's playing the Galio. As I was saying previously in the last game, not really, Flying Squirtle wasn't really the problem for their Game 1 loss to Lionheart Esports, and NewMed actually contesting, and actually Foxy's going to be right here as well, and NewMed is actually going to be slowing him quite a bit, and actually he's going to be a flash over the wall from Magnus, going to try to go on to Foxy right now, but NewMed is going to be causing a little bit more pressure, but actually that's going to be Spike Genie as well, so for some reason being in the mid lane right now as he teleported down to see if he could assist in the fight, but to no avail. He's going to have to be taking that long walk of shame back up to the top lane, as looks like they're both going to be coming after each other right now. Lord Draken looking to see if he can cause a little bit of pressure onto Radis Please right now, and we go back to stabilizing now. Kaiju Panda actually caused some damage right here. Spike Genie actually going to be going in, missing his disdain on the Urgot right now, and go ahead and go back to the standard lanes right now. Foxy being pushed in by Flying Squirtle. We go back to standard lane.
Yeah. So in that last fight, if that binding hit, ooh, Nunu looking up towards the top
actually
side.
looking up towards the top side right now, but Magnus is here, and that is going to be a flashless Kaiju Panda right here, and that's just going to be real. Like, Magnus is going to get a really big knockback on NewMed, but he's actually going to get smited, and the damage is going to come through. Magnus actually has a kill, and that's going to be a double buff on there, but Spike Genie's actually going to be able to flip him into the tower, and that's going to be a kill going over to Spike Genie. Good 1-for-1 trade right there, and now the Mighty have fallen. Oh, Flying Squirtle right now actually coming in once again, actually landing a huge stun, but that's going to be a huge stun underneath the tower from Flying Squirtle, and the next one go down, and that's going to be a trade kill for Foxy.
BM recall too, just to flex on him.
Little bit of cockiness there for Flying Squirtle, being able to land such a good combo from the Galio right there, and just a little bit overzealous, just enough in the tower range. Foxy being able to land that ignite right there, but actually Lord Dragon's going to be able to go down and actually gets the stun onto Radis Please. Radis Please is actually going to be going back as far as he can. That's going to be a flash and a heal out of him right now, but Lord Dragon's still going to be going on to American Liquor right now, and Radis Please is still roaming around a little bit, but that's going to be an expend of summoners from ADC. But Nunu is actually here right now, as American Liquor is actually going to be going right now, but that's going to be a flash from American Liquor, but he can't really go anywhere right now, as NewMed is doing all he can. But, oh, here comes Magnus right here. He's going to be able to look to get a kill onto American Liquor. American Liquor goes down as NewMed is trying to retreat. But it's not going to be enough, as he is currently going to be killed out. But he's actually going to be able to chop NewMed, and this looks like it's going to be kill over to Magnus once again. And really good presence here from Magnus on this Hecarim. Not really having much presence. 4-1-0 on this Hecarim, and he's showing why he was doing good on this champion from the last series. As right now, this is looking like a pick that should be... Oh, and actually that's going to be a knocker right there, and that's going to be a kill from Kaiju Panda. Very good mechanics right there from the Aatrox, and that is what you need to see out of an Aatrox player, being able to land all of his abilities to make sure that he's going to really put him down, and Flying Squirtle having really good wave clear right now, and as you see,
Drake down boss side too. Definitely early game leading towards SPK Reaper's side. Let's see if LHE can recover their losses at this point. Lots of strength in the Urgot, but walking into a lot of 2v1 scenarios.
Actually only level 4. This is going to be pretty huge. Trying to go on to a level 7 double buff Aatrox is not what you want to be doing, new meta, as he's just going to be retreating back into his jungle, going down to his wolves to heal up just a little bit, and SPKvsLHE matches his back in lane, and Kaiju Panda still looking like he still wants to do a little bit more fighting. He's actually going to sustain him, and that's going to be an ultimate onto Kaiju Panda. And he's just going to keep on shooting, and he's going to actually pull him in, and that's going to be a kill going over to SPKvsLHE as he is put through the grinder.
1900 gold on that Aatrox when he died. Both SPKvsLHE on his last death and Kaiju Panda there overstayed. They're welcome. Definitely needed to recall.
Up, and here comes Magnus once again, and this is where I was actually saying Magnus needs to focus it onto the bot side, and that's going to be Galio as well coming down, and that's going to be a kill onto Radis Blaze, and then Fine Squirtle's going to be able to get a taunt and an ultimate from Magnus. A little bit of an overkill on the side of SPK Reapers, as once again they're targeting this bot side, possibly one of the weak points for Lionheart right now, and this is exactly where they need to be right now, as Foxy's down here trying to do the best she can to wave clear this bot side, and they don't really have any ultimates up available for Lionheart or SPK, and she's doing her best to cause as much poke damage right now, and she's actually going to get rooted up. Foxy actually coming down right now, and she's still going to look for a root, but New Med EDU coming down from channel, but that's going to be an ultimate out of Lord Draken, but here comes Magnus once again, and that's going to be a missed taunt or stun from Foxy, and she's actually going to be able to get in the night onto Hecarim right now, and Hecarim's actually going to be going down to Foxy, and that's going to be a knocker from American Liquor. American Liquor and Foxy still trying to do the best that they can. Raz Please is coming behind with the invisibility, but not going to be much as right now Galio is pushing.
Yeah, well, all that's going on. Galio's getting a plate mid, bunch of CS is dying. Foxy's getting very far behind. If we look at gold, 4,300 gold on the Hecarim. He is 6-2 and 1. Already has a full Warriors and Mobies at 9 minutes. This is a very strong Hecarim right now. Ultimate coming up soon, so definitely want to be where he is if you want to win on the SPK.
Med EDU actually getting a lot of stuff, and actually he's going to be once again stunned under the tower, and it's just going to be a lot of damage. Max actually coming in, and he's going to try to protect the Galio right now, but of course there's going to be an ultimate spent from New Meta EDU as Foxy is now on her way to come pick up the mid wave. But once again, Magnus just on this Hecarim, he has so much presence here in this early game to where he's just getting his team ahead and making sure that if we're not going to be going down without a fight, SPKvsLHE actually going to be caught out by the Infernal Chains right now, and not much more damage or not much follow-up come from Kaiju Panda, as the two are just still trying to look for trades, and Kaiju Panda actually able to get a passive off and taking a good chunk out of SPKvsLHE right there. And go back
this
to
Hecarim is dominating the early game. I think if LHE can't answer this early game from the Hecarim, they have to ban it.
Up, SPKvsLHE actually going to be able to go in, but of course, once again, misses the disdain. If he's going to look to actually finish off in these trades, he needs to make sure that he lands these sustains. Right now, Aatrox getting to that point where he's just going to keep on pushing this tower, and actually New Meta EDU is actually going to be coming up and looking to try to get a gank onto Kaiju Panda, and they're going to look to actually get something right now, and he's actually going to spend his ultimate right now, and they look like they're going to be able to get the ultimate off, but SPKvsLHE actually missed his ultimate, but that's actually going to be Radis Please right there, and actually here comes Magnus in. Magnus actually going to, American Liquor actually landed a really good ultimate onto Magnus as he was charging in. Very good job, and actually, Lord Dragon actually has a 4-stack passive on there, but the health pot should be enough to keep him alive right now as Phantasma actually looks for American Liquor. American Liquor looking to land a little bit more poke. It's Radis Please is actually going to go back in right now, and they're actually going to land a stun just right off the edge right now, and that's going to be another stun coming from Phantasma. And LHE bot lane looking like they're just being a little bit overzealous right now and overstaying and overcommitting as Magnus was still there.
Yeah, they played it well. They survived the gank, took a lot of pressure, soaked up some pressure there for them, and then just went too far. American Liquor engaging in a essentially 3v1. You know, Radis Please was too far behind to help him out, and Phantasma still had the ultimate. It was a bunch of damage. That might be turret, actually. Drake coming up in 6 seconds.
Definitely looking to
either turret or Drake. Something's going down.
They're definitely looking to go get this turn as Magnus is now clearing out the ward right now, and Cloud Drake is actually right here. New Meta EDU is right here, and actually that's SPKvsLHE actually teleported down from the bottom and flashed over the wall from Foxy right now. Actually able to land the Ignite on there, and that's actually going to be an Ignite coming out of Lord Draken onto the Morgana, and this is actually going to be a free Cloud Drake right now coming from the side of Lionheart Esports.
Yeah, they did not want to give up that Cloud Drake. That's a lot of pressure that they put towards that. but they got a pick for it, and they got the quadrant for it, so I think overall a positive play for them.
However, they are losing quite a bit of turn plating right now from the side of Lionheart Esports, as they are now currently moving as one unit over to the Rift Herald, as it looked like they were trying to... Actually, they're actually going to start the Rift Herald right here. This is actually going to not be in their favor right now. This is actually a 4v5. Here comes actually, they're going to land on the taunt for American Liquor, and Spike Genie is actually going to just delete Phantasma, but Magnus is still in the fight right now as Galio's going to ultimate, and he's actually going to hit Spike Genie, but Magnus is actually going to go down to Foxy once again, but Foxy is currently into the dismay for Kaiju Panda, but here comes New Medidu. He's going to be running away, but Foxy's actually going to land once again another stun, and Foxy's still retreating away, but you actually see in the bot lane right now that Radis Please actually pushing out that bot lane to make sure that he's actually caused some pressure somewhere else. Bojack and Kaiju Panda and Flying Squirtle right now are currently around the Rift Herald trying to see if they can find Morgana from any place, but right now Flying Squirtle is really low, but he's still on the hunt to see if he can get some, but Foxy's right here, and she knows that he's right here. And actually she's going to get the back stopped right now, as she's actually in a very, very weak spot right now, as here comes Leona. And actually that is going to be a very good ability from Foxy, but Foxy just going to get caught out here as she can no longer stall them any longer, but buys enough time to make sure that no other pressure is caused out throughout the entirety of the map, as Raz Please was actually able to get 3 turn plates down in the bot lane, and overall a very good...
Overall a great play for them. A bunch of money in the pocket of Radis Please. He's up to a fork, only 200 gold behind Phantasma, and I mean, 4 kills on Morgana here.
Oh, actually, Spike Genie actually be able to get the Conquer off, but just doesn't have enough for his ultimate yet, as it's still on a little bit of cooldown. But Magnus is once again coming up here in the top lane. Spike Genie doesn't have any vision up there, so he's just going to once again get caught out. And of course, here comes Magnus, and he's going to be able to expend his ultimate. Maybe, and he's waiting for it, and then there goes the ultimate right there, but he's going to be feared enough, and that is just enough for both of them to get the kill on the Spike Genie, and just a little bit longer until he had his ultimate up. And just as you can see, a little bit of over-aggression here from Spike Genie, not being able to put vision down and just keep track of Magnus, as he's just been on a ganking spree this entire series.
Alright, so moving on, the pressure towards the bot lane, Foxy and New Meta EDU may be looking towards it, walking back towards the mid lane. Not a lot on the map for them right now. You know, they're still behind. No matter how close that Urgot is in the 2v1, it just didn't happen. So the pressure and the gold are still on the side of SPK Reapers, and I don't know, Lionheart Esports doesn't have a lot of openings at the moment. They're kind of at the whims of what Magnus wants to do.
Yeah, currently right now the only member really going in for them right now is Magnus. If Magnus is even caught out just a little bit from Foxy's Morgana binding, or even New Meta's a stun even, it's going to be very difficult for him to carry his team, as Kaiju Panda is still within ties before being up there in... Oh, but actually here comes New Meta EDU, but that's actually going to be a lot of damage coming in from Spike Genie, but New Meta EDU is still looking to see if he can cause a little bit of pressure, as looks like he's going to actually maybe even get knocked up, and he does, but Kaiju Panda able to back out of that and have New Meta EDU go back into the jungle. But right now, actually, that's going to be a flash, and that is Rakan actually going to be caught up. A very nice disengage there from the side of Lionheart Esports' bot lane, and doesn't really get much right there. Spending low Dragon's ultimate.
Flash is pretty good. Getting the flash off the Radis Please is pretty good. It might lead up to a
oh yeah, especially off the flash of Radis Please. Yeah,
40 seconds on that next ultimate.
Magnus and Galio are still here right now, and actually that's going to look like to be caught out, but that's actually going to be a Galio ultimate, and actually really good disengage right there. New Meta EDU actually is going to go over a flash, but here comes Spike Genie, as he is actually going to ult out, but that's going to be an actual good catch, and here comes this fear, and he's going to get the fear onto Magnus, as he's actually going to be able to get a kill. That's 2-0 going the way of Lionheart Esports, as a very beautiful pull from Spike Genie into a fear onto Magnus. And as I was saying, other than Hecarim, there's not really any other member from SPK Reapers who are really much of an issue, as Foxy's actually going to be looking to catch out Flying Squirrel right now, but looks like he's going to be able to go, but that's actually going to be an ultimate! Flash ultimate coming in from Morgana, and she barely gets it. Oh, but he's able to dodge.
The black shield trade him.
Oh, but here goes the flash. This is going to be a flashless It's going to be a flash. There's Twitch, as right now that was going to beautiful stun over there from American Liquor, but she's actually going to be flash out right now as well. But here comes Foxy. She's actually coming down right now, as that is going to be an ultimate expended from Leona and from Twitch and American Liquor, but New Meta EDU actually is able to get the repair off and actually spend a flash out of Kaiju Panda, as they're going to be looking to get this top lane tower down. Magnus is actually right here. They're actually going to be looking for a fight. Magnus is actually going to be going in, but he's going to be stopped by the snowball from New Meta EDU, and that's actually going to be just a little bit less damage than they really need to. New Meta EDU and Spike Genie are actually going to be flashing out, but Foxy is down the bot lane, and actually first tower is going to be going over down to Lionheart Esports down that bot tower thanks to Foxy's pressure.
I mean, the kill line is 10 to 14, but all the money's on Hecarim, so if Hecarim's not there, it's just kind of an even game. I mean, Morgana has a gold advantage, Urgot has a gold advantage. This is wild.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, this is, oh, man. I need a drink after that one, jeez. Spike Genie being able to go ahead and teleport up to the top lane to save his tower just a little bit longer. Actually spending a little bit of cash onto that Bramblefest right there, but New Meta EDU is actually not going to even be slowed, but he is going to be knocked out from Magnus's Q, but actually he's going to be able to miss, but he's able to flash out. American Liquor able to knock up. Very good disengage from two, and Franz Please is going to lay down his poison trap right there, but Foxy is here for the follow-up. She's going to land a Morgana binding, but Foxy is right here, and actually Lord Dragon's going to be able to go down.
That's what I'm saying, one Morgana Q.
Morgana Q is going to be missing once again, but Galio is here in the bush, and they know that he's there, though, and he's just going to be waiting for them to go and engage. But Spike Genie and Kaiju Panda actually looking to be skirmishing a little bit more, but that's actually going to be another third. And here comes, they're going to ultimate in right now, and Magnus is actually going to be just taken down by the Twitch right now, and he's still going in. And that's going to be an ultimate made out of Phantasma right here, but Spike Genie is actually going to be going in. He's still going to be fighting Kaiju Panda. Kaiju Panda is going to look to try and land some Qs, but is not going to find to no avail. Right now, Lionheart Esports is now currently down onto the Cloud Drake right now, but Spike Genie is going to be able to land it. There's an ultimate out of Kaiju Panda, but it's not going to be enough. The heal or revive has been taken away, Kaiju, and you're going to be put in the grinder once again, and Foxy just barely missing that Morgana Q. Is right now that's going to be a Cloud Drake from Lionheart Esports, as now they have two Cloud Drakes, and they're going to be moving around the map so fast.
They are turning this early game around. Two air drakes are going to open the map up a bunch for them, especially because they have both side turrets down. They start moving in, and what American Liquor is doing right now, establishing vision control. They can start looking for a bunch of picks and carry this lead towards the mid game.
Oh, Magnus actually going to be looking to go on to Spike Genie right now, but it's not going to be too much avail. But right now, he's actually going to knock himself over. But Leona is actually going to be missing her ultimate once again, but this isn't going to be much to no avail. Spike Genie is actually going to be going down, especially the Ignite expended from Lord Draken. But they're going to be losing mid-turn, as it is just right now currently being melted, but just barely surviving, as now SPK is actually going to be rotating over to the mid lane to see if they can actually stop Lionheart Esports' push right now. Currently, New Meta EDU currently farming over by his Raptors right now, but here goes his Magnus, no avail to not be able to hit his charge on anything, as Galio has his ultimate and is within the vicinity if they want to look for a fight, but right now just a little bit of pick potential on the Spike Genie, but of course he's not worth any gold, so it's just more they're looking for picks, and right now SPK still has the gold lead, but it has been close here by Lionheart Esports just a bit.
Yeah, the Urgot is 1.5k gold up on Aatrox. Morgana is 1k gold up on Galio. The only real advantage, you know, bot lane is 400 gold, which is a crit cloak, or not a crit cloak, Brawler's Gloves. And the only real advantage is coming from the jungle. So if Magnus can carry, they'll win. If Lionheart Esports can stop Magnus, they have the advantage. They can fight. It's definitely not a down and out game here.
Yeah, Magnus currently has the most kills on the side of SPK Reapers and the most deaths, but he has been around the map and he has made his presence known on this champion. And honestly, this is just one of the champions right now that Lionheart Esports should be looking at to say, okay, they should be doing something right now, but actually that's going to be a route over onto Flying Squirtle. Flying Squirtle's just going to be CC chained and taken down. Foxy's actually going to be able to expend her Zonias right now, but it's no avail. It's just going to be doing nothing right now, as they're actually looking to get this mid lane turn, and Phantasma's just in the top side farming it out, as Spike Genie and Kaiju Panda are still going to be duking out here into the bot side, and Spike Genie looking to still cause a little bit more pressure as they're all now just going to be retreating and looking to go up into the top side and get this wave for Reds, please.
Foxy again coming in clutch with these Morgana bindings. Both the bot lane and the top jungle duo went to their kind of reverse lanes away from the mid lane, leaving Flying Squirtle alone, and the Morgana binding coming out from Foxy just took out all the wave player, gets him a kill, and the turret opens up a bunch of the map, and coming into 23 minutes into the game, they could be looking at Baron. How does Urgot do against Baron? Is he a... I can imagine he's a good Baron champ.
Against who? Oh.
Taking Baron. Does he deal good damage to it?
Urgot?
Yeah.
As long as he has his passive shotgun knees up, then yeah, he can actually cure Baron really well. But like for him and Nunu, for both of them to actually try and secure Baron, then they could possibly sneak it, especially with how much disengage that they have on the side of Lionheart Esports. But this currently isn't an option, as we can actually see that the next dragon actually coming up is going to be Ocean Drake. Lionheart Esports does have 2 clouds to SPK's single Mountain Drake, but we can actually see that Pneumatic EDU is actually going to be getting a knock-up, and just that damage from Morgana right now is just so brutal right now, and we can actually see why Morgana is just such a pick ban champion in this series, or in the season entirely for CWE, and she's currently making her presence known. And
so,
looks like Lord Draken is looking for something, but they're going to go ahead and retreat. You were saying? I'm sorry.
It's all good. So it looks like they're going to do a 4-1 setup. Teleport is coming up on Urgot soon. Looks like they're staying mostly to the mid and bot side, which is where they're sending their Urgot. But I think they should be, after this Drake, which is essentially free for them, it's kind of hard for see them stacking up. It's kind of hard for SPK Reapers to respond.
And you can actually, and you can see all the vision that Lionheart Esports currently have over in this bot side jungle to make sure that they actually secure this Ocean Drake. Really not the Drake that you want to be securing for yourself, but Spike Genie actually coming around. Magnus actually going to be able to knock him back, but Spike Genie's just going to be collapsed on as he actually is able to... Oh, but he's actually going to be taken down, but decent enough escape right now, but there's going to be an Ocean Drake going over to the side of Lionheart Esports as well. But once again, they're just going in for these petty picks onto Spike Genie when Spike Genie is not really worth much, just a little bit of gold for their team, but their entire team, and oh my god, that's a nice binding by Foxy right through the minions to land right on Phantasma and just deleting her health bar.
200 HP left, Jesus.
That is a fed Morgana if I have ever seen one, and you can just see why this champion is just such an annoyance in this league, and for them to just let it slip by, this is obviously just a sign of disrespect coming from SPK to leave a pick like that open.
I don't have much to say about it. It's proving its worth in this game. Lots of picks have come out of it.
How do you counter that? How do you counter that though as an ADC? What, you have to buy his Zonias?
I guess cleanse really.
Oh yeah, that's true. She does still need to get her. She needs to get the troll toll right now, but
yeah, pay the tax. Looks like they're sending Galio to respond to their Urgot. I don't know how Galio faces up in the 1v1.
That's not good at all.
TP, yeah, having TP is mostly why.
You can actually see that it is a 4v4 right now, but Galio is actually waiting in the brushes, and he's
pretty engaged.
Especially for how easily Urgot is able to get Conqueror up. This is not a favorable matchup for Flying Squirtle.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to mess with him. Looks like Magnus might be heading towards the Urgot, which could definitely prompt the start of Baron.
Right now they actually know that he's here right now. As actually Galio is going to be looking to ultimate onto...
God, he's just killing him.
Oh my, and he's actually dead right here, but the shield's going to be just enough to make sure that he's going to be good. But now it's just a go-ahead button for SPK to just retreat from the Baron, but they're going to still look to contest, and Lionheart Esports are actually going to be melting this down quite a bit, but it's already at half HP. But you guys don't have a jungler. This is going to be very interesting. And Urgot's going to TP as well, but here comes from the side flank from Kaiju Panda and Lord Draken, but Spike Genie is right here, and he's going to be zoning out Kaiju Panda, and this is just going to be a disengage from SPK, and this is going to be a free Baron. But that's going to be a stun right into Morgana's binding. Foxy and Phantasma's actually going to be stunned right here, and that's actually going to be American Liquor going in, but American Liquor's still going to be charmed up, and they're still going to be going in. That's going to be a double kill for the Urgot. Lord Draken's actually going to be trying to stun as much as he can, but it's going to be to no avail, as that's going to be a 3 for nothing. And
I mean, really 4 with the Urgot solo killing Magnus.
And just the presence of Spike Genie in this matchup, just teleporting everywhere to make sure that Lionheart has just been on point this game. And really, this is just a surprising pickup for excuse me. This is a surprising pickup for Lionheart Esports, and it's crazy to say the least.
David and Goliath story, right?
It is. And right now, they're going to look to actually get this mid lane turn, but Galio doing the best he can right now, and they look to disengage here now that everyone else is coming up.
And top, they're taking top.
Top tower, they're actually going to be rotating over to right now.
4 kills, inhib open. This is such a swing from the early game that SPK Reapers has had. Yeah. We can see that, even with the Baron in these 3 turrets, it's only a 3.5k gold lead. So the amount.
Oh, Kaiju Panda actually coming in from the side, but here goes the hit, and here goes Magnus, but Magnus is going to ult right in the middle, but it's going to be no avail. Galio's going to ult him, but they're just melted down by the Twitch, and that's going to be an ultimate down from the Urgot, and Urgot's just going to be doing so much damage and healing for so much as they're in the middle, and that's going to be a clean ace from Lionheart. Well, not clean, but it's still going to be an ace from Lionheart Esports, as they are now looking to push the mid lane turret, or excuse me, push for the mid lane inhibitor, as they're also looking to go ahead and
EMGG in chat. I don't think they can end here, but actually 20 seconds, they can get an inhib.
Yeah, they can actually do it. They can get the 2 Nexus turns right now, but they're going to try to look for the end right now, actually. But dual inhib would be a little bit better, but they're still going to try to look to see if they can still get the inhib, or excuse me, the Nexus turns right now, but No Draken is up right now as they're still going to get it. All right, they got it. But now they're going to look to see if they can go. Leona goes ahead and she goes in the ult. But Magnus is actually on the back right now. He's trying to get Foxy. But once again, that is another fear that's pushed out through the team right now. And Foxy is still trying to survive best he can, but she gets shut down by Galio. But currently, Aatrox is still in the fight right now. American Liquor trying to do as much as she can to make sure that that Spike Genie actually saves life. Spike Genie once again now takes down Leona. He takes down Xayah. He's looking to go take down Aatrox. Aatrox pops the stairs gauge right now. American Liquor goes ahead and she uses her ultimate to go in to try to kill the Aatrox. The Aatrox is using all the way he can. He's currently going in, and Urgot is still unkillable right now. And this is just surprising, ladies and gentlemen. The number 6 seed Lionheart Esports takes down SPK Reapers to advance to the finals, the first team in CWE to advance to the finals after finishing the season winless.
Holy shit. That is insane. 2-0. If we ignore the little mistake, game 2, that is insane. Well played from the side of Lionheart Esports, showing up a bunch in this playoff series. Props. Huge props. Spike Genie went insane in that game. I mean, Foxy definitely played extremely well, but Spike Genie, I mean, early game, lots of mistakes, but in both game 1 and game 3, the TP plays were on point, and he knew what he could do. He went for the 2v1s quite often almost getting a 1-for-1 or a 2-for-1, and as the game progressed, he went crazy. His damage was insane.
Especially on the Conqueror for Urgot, that being a really crucial rune for him, just being able to just go into machine gun mode, and even with his passive up, it does heal him for quite some bit, but I'm surprised, honestly, from this matchup. I predicted a 2-0 in favor of SPK. Oh, go ahead, use your microphone thing right now. No, surprisingly though, I predicted the series to go 2-0 in favor of SPK, but Lionheart coming in here and showing, I don't know if Rar stepping down from in the quarterfinals was to show what they can bring for the semifinals, but they just gave Lionheart Esports a free ticket to the semifinal match, and A 2-0 sweep over the first seed SPK Reapers is
Yeah, they're going to
surprising.
finals now, aren't they?
Yeah, Lionheart Esports is moving on to the finals, the first team in CWE history to go winless this entire season to now advance to the finals.
It's nuts.
That's nuts.
I mean, their second game performance is something that they definitely want to look back to and see what went wrong. But they did a lot of things right in these games, so I think they have a lot to look at for improvement and for sustains. And I don't know. I'm excited to see what they can do. Who's gonna win the next semifinal match, and what Lionheart Esports can do against them coming up in the finals game. This is very exciting towards the end of the season.
Alrighty, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the playoff picture for the remainder of the time. As you can see on your screen right now, Lionheart Esports taking down the first seed SPK Reapers. They will be playing next weekend in the finals between either Mediocre at Best or Monster Mash. Monster Mash actually being able to take down the defending champions of Nocturnal Dragons. So let's talk a little bit before we go ahead and we closes the stream out for the. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this matchup between Mediocre at Best and Monster Mash. So, with my prediction, I have predicted Monster Mash winning the series. On to the accord of this. Mediocre at Best has beaten Monster Mash before, but this was during in the early stages of the season when Monster Mash wasn't really having their roster solidified. Come time when Monster Mash had their current roster that they have right now, and they played them within their, I believe it was within their rematch even, Monster Mash ended up taking the victory over Mediocre at Best. So they were tied in the series. But then they had to play another game due to Mediocre at Best's situation that they had to undergo. And Monster Mash beat them again. So with that being said, with Monster Mash being able to take down Nocturnal Dragons, the defending Season 1 CWE champions, and now that they're coming into this best of 3 series against Mediocre at Best, I do find them favorites, but I wouldn't count Mediocre at Best out because they have proven that even when they were put into a little bit of a slump, they were able to take their games back and earn the second seed. What about you? What's your thoughts?
Oh, please don't ask me that.
What's your thoughts? Let's go.
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly I've only been here. I mean, it's been a couple weeks now, but I've been coming in and out, so I'm not
Then fine.
too
Who do you see winning?
blind pick. Mediocre at best, I guess. I don't know. I honestly I have no idea. So
But anyway, but all right, you heard it from myself and Giga Ninja. He's predicting Mediocre at Best. I'm predicting Monster Mash. Y'all know what my prediction is. I sent my predictions out earlier today, and right now,
takes the whole thing. Let's go.
and I got proven wrong, unfortunately. Thanks a lot, Lionheart Esports. I voted against you one time, and of course, y'all let me down again. But anyway, be sure to tune in tomorrow as Mediocre at Best will be taking on Monster Mash to be the final team to move on to the finals match. Loser, unfortunately, will then have to play SPK Reapers in the third place match to earn the final winnings in the CWE Season 2. Be sure to tune in tomorrow here for CWE as we have Mediocre at Best taking on Monster Mash. Hope to see you there, everybody. This is Sievert signing off. Giga Ninja, do you have a sign off or do you just want to be like peace?
I don't know. Can you say my name right though? It's Ginger Ninja.
You're Giga Ninja from now on.
All right. I'll take it.
Alrighty. On behalf of Giga Ninja, Lesson 3, and myself and every staff and all of the CWE community, wish you all a happy good night. Yeah.